Hello, welcome to Graceful Solutions. This is another amazing Photoshop tutorial. In this video, I'll be showing you guys how to design a beautiful happy birthday flyer just like this. So if you're ready, let's dive right into the video. Alright, so these are the documents that we'll be using for our tutorial. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to hop into Photoshop to begin the design process. Alright, so here we are in Photoshop. We're going to create a new document. Okay, so we're just going to give it a title, birthday flyer. Okay, birthday flyer. Then for your dimensions, okay, I'm going to use a 4 inches by 4 inches dimension. Okay, so remember it's 4 inches by 4 inches or 1200 pixels by 1200 pixels. Okay, then you leave your resolution at 300. Okay, because I want to get a very sharp image or very sharp design at the end of the day. Okay, so that's why I set my my resolution at 300. Okay, then I click create. Alright, so we have successfully created our document, okay, or our canvas. So the next thing we're going to do is that we're going to import our background image. Okay, so to do that, I go to file, then I go to file embed. Okay, then it takes us to where we have our documents, and then I click. Okay, and by the way, this background is called blue. It's called a satin background. Okay, satin, S-A-T-I-N. So if you want something like this, okay, I'll leave a link to these documents in the description, or you can just go to Google and type satin background. Okay, so we're going to import this into our work area. So I click, and then I click place. Okay, so we have successfully imported our background into Photoshop. Then we are going to enlarge it to fill up the entire canvas. Alright, then you click this check icon here. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rename this to background. Okay, this is just for a professional, this is just a professional way of working. Okay, so this is our background, and then the next thing I'm going to do is that okay, I'm going to import our logo. Okay, bring in our logos. Okay, I think I've already opened them in Photoshop, so this should be our logo. All right, so okay, so I'm going to click, I'm going to right click and select convert to smart object. Now the reason why we convert to smart object is peradventure we resize the document so it won't become pixelated. Okay, so that's why we have to change it to a smart object first so that it will maintain its resolution. All right, so I can resize it and bring this into our work area here. Okay, so I have to drop this first, and then I bring this into our work area, and then okay, I can resize the logo. Okay, so I can rename this as logo. Okay, then I want to place this logo over a white rectangle, so I go to my toolbar here, then I click the rectangle. Okay, so I just draw a little rectangle here. All right, now I want first of all I'm going to change the color to white. So where we have fill, I click and I select white. All right, then the next thing I'm going to do, I want a part of this rectangle to be curved. Okay, the edges to be curved. All right, so I can just hold here and drag it. Okay, I've achieved that. Or if I want just a part of the circle to be curved, okay, I just hold my shift key and then click on the area. All right, okay, I think this is okay. All right, then I take it up here. Okay, let me reduce it further. Let me reduce this ellipse further, or this rectangle further. All right, then I click OK, and then I bring my logo right on top of this. Now as you notice, my logo is behind the rectangle. Why? Because if you look at my layer panel here, the logo is underneath the rectangle layer. But what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to drag the logo to go above the rectangle. All right, so as you can see, the logo is now properly placed. Okay, placed above the or on top of the rectangle. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do, okay, I'm going to take my text tool here by clicking T on the keyboard, and then I type something, okay, celebrating the living ancestor. Okay, then I resized it. Okay, sorry about that, I resized it. First of all, I changed the font to a 𝗕𝗢𝗨𝗥 font. Okay, I think this is okay. And then I reduced the size, something maybe 12. Okay, this is great. And then I position it properly. Okay, I want it reduced further. All right. All right, so okay, let me change a part of this text to yellow. Okay, a bright yellow. So I select the part of the text I want to change, and then where I have my color palette here, or a color, this box here, I click and then I pick a bright yellow. Okay, just for the font. Okay, I drop it. Okay, I want to space the, or put a bit more space between the characters. So under where I have my character panel here, I click, and where I have this VA tool, I click it, and then I go to 200. Okay, then I can reduce it further. All right, okay, let me just take it a bit further down. All right, so we're good to go. Now I'm sure you're having value from this video already. If you are, please give the video a like, and of course subscribe to my channel for more amazing graphic design tips and tricks. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to input an exclamation mark here. So I hold my shift key and I type 3 times. Okay, so I want a bright yellow as well. Okay, I want it a bright yellow. I click OK. All right, and I take it down. I take it up to where, I take it up to where I have this text already. All right, so I want it to be in a bit of an italics font type or font face. Okay, so where I have my 𝗕𝗢𝗨𝗥, I click, and I think it should be here. So I select italics option here. Okay, good, that's great. Okay, then the next thing I'm going to do is that right, I'm going to bring in my brush. Okay, so I think I've already opened it in Photoshop. Okay, somewhere, it should be somewhere. Okay, so I'm going to bring in my brush. So I go to File, then I go to Place Embed. Okay, then I click the black brush circle, and I click Place. All right, so as you can see, there's a background on our brush. Okay, our circle brush. So I'm going to remove the background. Okay, now there are 2 ways to, if you're using Photoshop 2021, or I think as from Photoshop 2020, there's a very fast and easy way to remove backgrounds from images. Okay, now where you have your properties panel here, you click this and go to, okay, sorry, why is it not active? Why is it not active here? It's supposed to be active. Okay, so I don't know why that's not coming up. All right, good. So we now remove our background here. So you click where you have your properties panel, then you click remove background, and just wait for a few seconds for the background to go off. All right, just a few more seconds. So I'm sure you're having value from this video. Please give the video a like, share the video with your friends, and also subscribe to my channel. All right, so we still have a bit of a white background here, so I just use my eraser tool to take it off. All right, so this is great. Now I drag it into my work area. Okay, I think it's already open somewhere. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think it's already open somewhere. Okay, good. So I just bring it in here, drag it into my work area. Okay, it says yes, and then I get rid of the former one. Okay, so this is, so I can rename it as the brush. the brush. All right, good. And I minimize it so it's going to fit into the work area. All right, so we are making progress. Okay, drag it here a bit. All right, so now I'm going to change the color of this circle brush to something like a bright yellow, the same as we have here. All right, so to do that, all right, I go to the brush layer or the circle brush layer on my layer panel. I right click and I select blending options, and then I select color overlay. All right, so I click OK, and then so we can resize our brush a bit. Now if you're using Photoshop from Photoshop 2020 and above, each time you want to resize maybe any document or image in Photoshop, you don't need to hold your shift key. All right, so you just take your mouse and click adjust it from the edges without holding your shift key. But if you're using an older version, I think from Photoshop 20, probably 2018 and under, you have to hold your shift key before you do the adjustment. All right, so that's just a quick tip. Okay, so we adjust it a bit and then you drag it up, just reduce it further. Okay, so this is good, and then I click OK. Now the next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to bring in the client image. All right, okay, so this is the image we are going to be, this is the client image, but if you notice the image is a bit dull. All right, so I'm going to make it just add a little bit of vibrance to make it pop. Okay, so I go to image and adjustment, and I go to vibrance, and then I increase the vibrance a little bit. Okay, and add a bit saturation, or just reduce it a bit, or reduce the vibrance a bit. Okay, I think this is okay. Then I click OK. Then I drag it straight into our work area here. Okay, and I let go. As I click yes. Then of course I minimize the image. Okay, I minimize the image. Good. Okay, I minimize our image. I can just rename this as client image, clients. All right, okay. Now the next thing I'm going to do before I proceed with this tutorial, I'm going to draw a circle inside this brush. Okay, this gold or this yellow brush here, the circle brush. So to do that, I go to my ellipse tool, and then I hold my shift key, and then I click and I drag it down so as to have a perfect circle. Okay, it's still large, so I resize it. Let me resize that so it just fits right inside the circle brush. Okay, and this is a bit much. Let me reduce it. Okay, all right, so I click OK. And the next thing I do is that I ensure that it doesn't have a stroke. So I go to stroke and click this white icon with a red line at the middle. So it's just to remove any stroke that may already have been active on the ellipse. Okay. Then the next thing I do, I want it to have a blue background because this is gray and doesn't match with my background here. Okay. So to change the color of this ellipse, I go to where I have my fill, and I go to my color picker and I select a color from the background. I click OK, or I just go here and I select maybe something a little bit darker. Okay, something from like this. Okay, I think this is better. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to bring in my client image now. Okay, now ensure that the client image is above the ellipse here. Okay, ensure that your client image is above your ellipse, so you position it properly. And the next thing I'm going to do is that I'll right click on the client layer and I select create a clipping mask. Good. So as you can see, we have successfully adjusted the client image straight into our ellipse. Okay, we are almost done, so you can adjust it a bit. Okay, you can take it up a bit so it's so you can have some space at the bottom. Okay, all right, so take it up a bit, just like so. All right, you can increase it a bit more, I think. Okay, increase it a bit, Just take it up a bit. Alright, so I think this is great. So the next thing, before I proceed with the tutorial, I'm going to add the name of the organization, which is the name of the church, which is the Palace of God Bible Church. So I just go right ahead and do that. Okay, I want a regular. Okay, I want a white. Change the color to white. Then I want okay, I don't want it's in italics, so I'm going to turn off the italics. Okay, adjust it right here like this. Then I turn off the italics. Go to your character panel and turn off the italics. Good. Then I duplicate by holding my Alt key and drag to duplicate, and then I changed it to Bible Church. Good. Okay, we are making progress. Alright, this is good. Okay, I can increase it a bit, so I just select the church and just select both layers and okay, increase that a bit. Okay, let me just adjust the okay, let me adjust the logo a bit, just take it a bit higher. Okay, like so. Alright, so I think we're making progress. Okay, bring it down a bit. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take my text to yet again by pressing T on the keyboard and type happy birthday. Okay, alright, like this. There's so much space between the happy and the birthday, so I go to my character panel once again, and where I have this VA, okay, I click this drop down and I select something like 50. Sorry, Ctrl Z. Where I have this set the leading, that's the leading window. Okay, you click it and select maybe like a 30. I think 30 is okay. Let me just take it to 28 points. Alright, like this. Or I can still take it a bit further. Let me take it to like 26. Okay, 26 is great. Alright, so I'm going to change the font type to, there's a font I like, 𝗕𝗢𝗢𝗦𝗧, something like this. Okay, BONNIE. Yes. Okay, this is what I want. Then I can increase it a bit more. Okay, I can reduce the leading, it's a bit large. Let me reduce the leading to like 30. Okay, 30 is fine. Okay, alright. So I want to make our text bolder, but this font type doesn't have a bold font face. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to duplicate the text. Okay, but before I duplicate it, let me just go ahead and change the color to a yellow. Okay, like so. And then I can make it bold from here. Okay, under my character panel. Alright, so that's one of the beauty of having your character panel, because you can always, tweak your font, okay, from here. Alright, so leave it at bold, and then take it, let me reduce the space between the font a bit. Okay, alright, I think it's cool, like this. Alright, then the next thing I do, I take my text to yet again by pressing T on my keyboard and type PAPI, P-A-P-I. Alright, for this one I want a curved font face, so I go to I select Catholic edition, okay, and I increase it. Let me change this to a white. I think I prefer a white color for this. Okay, I drop that and I go to my color picker, choose the white color. Okay, I think white is great for this. Cool, just put it here. Okay, this is nice. Okay, then the next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to bring in my badge. Okay, it's here already. Okay, I already removed the background from this image, so I click and I drag it straight into our design here. Okay, position it right here, and then I resize it, something like this. Okay, all right, something like so. Let me reduce it a bit further. Okay, so I'm sure you're having value from this video. If you are, please give the video a like and of course share the video. Thanks for supporting my channel. Okay, so I go right ahead and type the word 10. All right, so I increase it. Okay, sorry, increase it a bit, drag it into our okay, I think let me change the way. Let me just put just the 10, because I think the th is a bit okay, so I can, all right, so I can duplicate this and change it to the th. All right, so I can duplicate this by holding my Alt and my hotkey on the keyboard, and then I click this and drag it, duplicate, so I can change this to th. All right, okay, so I can make it a bit smaller here. I can make it a bit smaller, then I drag it into my work area, into the badge. Okay, then I increase this a bit, 10th. Okay, I can make this the th smaller a bit more. Okay, this is good. Take it up a bit. Perfect. And the next thing I do is I take my text tool yet again and I type the word January. All right, so I'm going to change this font to a 𝗕𝗢𝗪𝗧 font face. Okay, I want it light, I don't want it bold. Okay, I drop this first and then okay, then I drag it straight into here, and I resize it, position it properly, take it further down a bit. Okay, and then I drop it. Okay, take this off. So as you can see, our design is almost complete. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is that right beneath here, I'm going to take my rectangle tool. Okay, and then I just draw a rectangle here, just at the footer here. Okay, then I change the color to a bright yellow. Okay, resize it a bit. Okay, and then stretch it to both sides. All right, and then I type the word. Okay, let me just take this, duplicate this so I don't type all over again. So I just hold my Alt key and duplicate this text here. Okay, so I just changed it to the name of the pastor, which is Apostle Michael Akpor. Okay. Okay, then I make the font legible, choosing a blue. I think I can drop it. Okay, let me make it bold. Where's the character panel? Make it bold. Okay, select the font and okay, let me make it bold. I think I want a bolder. Okay, let me go for this. Select the bold. Okay, Then I can increase it here. Increase it here. Good. Then I go to my ellipse tool, okay, where I have my shapes option. Then I go for a triangle tool, and I just draw a triangle. Okay, something like this. Okay, I change the color to a white. Okay, then I bring it down to, okay, somewhere here. Okay, drop it first, and then I bring it here. Okay, I can change it to maybe a deep blue color or something like a red. Let me just take a red color so it will stand out. I think a red is fine. Click OK. Alright, increase it a bit. So I take it. Tell me what you think. I think a black. Let me change this color. I think the red is just looking a bit off. So let me change it to something like a blue. I think a blue will be better. Okay. So blue is fine. Then let me duplicate the rectangle. Let me just add a touch of white. So I hold my Alt key yet again and duplicate. So let me make this white. Okay. So I change this to a white color. Then I put it right above the blue. Okay, like so. I don't want the stroke on my white triangle. Alright, so this is great. This is great. Right, so as you can see, our design is coming together. We are almost done. So the final step is that I'm going to add my lens flare. Okay, so this is my lens flare here. Okay, I can just drag it right into my work area like so, and then I resize it. Okay, I can change it to lens flare. Okay, rename it to lens flare. Alright, so I bring it down to where I want it, between the happy birthday and the name, yeah, somewhere here. So I bring it down here. Okay, now, okay, then I take my brush tool and I brush off the edges around the lens flare. So I take my brush tool and then, okay, okay, then I take my lens flare and position it right here, somewhere here. Alright, so then I right click and select okay, I go to my image where I have my image, and I go to adjustment, and I select hue and saturation. Let me change the color of the lens flare to a different color, something like a bit of yellow or bright, something yellowish. Okay, I think this is great. Okay, this is great. Alright, can position the lens flare so it just sticks to be between the characters. I think this is great. Okay, so we have successfully finished our design. This is how you create a beautiful happy birthday flyer, and I'm sure you had value from this video, tons of value. If you did, please give the video a like, share the video with your friends, and also subscribe to my channel. And if there's any part of this tutorial that you don't understand, feel free to leave your comments and questions in the comment section. So till I see you in my next video, take care and stay safe.